And we are live. Where we left off. The party members had just explored the Sandpoint Sanatorium and met the facilitators of the place, including one now slightly terrified dear doctor, as well as a necromancer in the basement. After fighting off a series of both zombies and were-rats, they find themselves a little bit closer to solving the ongoing or the murders at Sandpoints. They find themselves outside the sanatorium at the moment. It's about 3 or so in the afternoon, and seems that the last of the guards are beginning to take the caged cart with the doctor and the necromancer away for further questioning. What would you like to do?
Well, that was a right proper turnabout in there. What the fuck just happened?
Well, I think we just earned our next lead as to what we're going to do next. I mean, we're obviously going to have to, investigate that mansion, but frankly, I'm tired and I need a drink, and we need to bathe and true up our weapons. We're in no fin with Outremer off to assist Hemlock on the escort mission. We might as well get back to the townhouse and rest and recuperate. We've slogged through another, room clearing, house clearing, essentially. We may as well just go home, rest and recuperate, and take a few days until we can rally up again and attack this with full strength.
I like the sound of that.
You like the sound of drinking anyway, Raptor.
Well, yes. However, this is a monumental occasion. As when we arrived here, that stupid fucking doctor said I would be a patient here, and now his dumbass is in jail. So I think we drink to that.
I'm right there with you, my friend.
You know what? Let it not be said that I didn't celebrate with you. So
After looks at Tristan and smiles.
You're getting there. So let's head back to the townhouse. Let's clean off this muck and head down to the Rusty Dragon or Nora's bar.
I will be doing none of that tonight. Don't even fucking try it.
Oh, come on. You don't like Nora?
The relationship is complicated.
Don't you have a spell or something that could get rid of her effects?
I thought I did, but it really did not pan out in my favor last time, and I'm not quite ready to try again.
It's complicated.
All right, let's go drink. Save it for the bar.
All right. I'm gonna. I guess. We penned the horses before we came into this madhouse, right? So let's just go mount up again and start riding.
Whistle a raptor and take to the skies.
I mount up on Longshanks.
All right. So after mounting your steeds of your various chosen steeds, it takes you about an hour or so to make it back to town. At this point, it's kind of beginning the evening. It looks like a couple of people are beginning to make their way towards the resident taverns and bars. Some of the individuals of Sandpoint are finishing up a hard day's work and enjoying... A couple of people are enjoying a hard day's work, either through most commonly drinking at the various taverns, although you do see a couple people in front of their porches smoking kind of this almost acidic sort of kind of foamy or smoky substance Raptor, you in particular find the scent to be quite enjoyable. Everyone else, it's just kind of mundane and pretty typical to what you see about this time of day at the end of the day. Where in particular are you heading to?
The townhouse. We wanted to, wash up, polish, and maybe get a change of clothes. I mean, I assume we're splattered with like zombie ichor or something.
Yeah, at this point you're pretty well drenched in zombie, what you believe to be blood, some sort of mucus and unknown substances of varying colors and strengths coming off your person. In fact, you even draw a couple of odd looks as you make it through the southern gate. Tristan, in particular, being covered in the out of the three of you, the most amount of what you could only describe as corpse juice.
I'm sorry, what was the scent that Raptor was?
That's disturbing to think about.
It's a smoky substance that seems to be enjoyed through the puffing of pipe in particular. The scent is something that you've smelled before in town, but with so many people at this time of the day kind of enjoying an evening's pipe, it seems to fled through the town a little bit more than usual.
Perfect. Is there an instance of this scent relatively close on our path towards the townhouse?
Most of the scent is coming from the various taverns that you're walking by. A couple of people are smoking pipe outside their very own townhouses, but the largest concentration seems to be the various taverns of town.
Well, I suppose we'll get there in due time then. Right, gents?
Tristan is glaring at some people he caught, just like staring at him and whispering, like, "What? You never seen a guy covered in corpse juice before?"
Can't
just
say
giving
we
them-
have, so.
Yeah. What? Do you want to do my job? You think you can do it better? You think you can get less soaked in corpse refuge?
I didn't mean that, sir. I didn't mean any offense.
Just walk off.
So after tracing through town, you make your way to your townhouse, and you find pinned to the door a note. As upon further inspection, it seems to be a estimate for the costs needed to repair the townhouse.
Oh shit! Yeah, that.
It wavers. It kind of lists out. It's lists actually a quite long list of itemized costs. Everything from repairing of doors and windows to shoring up the roof, fresh coats of paint, redoing some of the masonry work. It kind of goes on and on. And at the bottom, you see a total of 1,500 gold pieces.
Oh,
Pass.
The main expense seems to be the shoring up of the roof. And there's a little note underneath it. Probably should do that before winter sets in.
Oh, I don't really think we have 1,500 gold to spare, do we, boys?
yeah. Well, fuck that, my lads. I'm pretty handy when it comes to crafting just odds and ends. I think I ought to be able to take care of the roof.
I've had to help assemble siege weaponry in my lifetime. I mean, it can't be too hard to help reshingle a roof or strips and beams.
Yeah, who the fuck do they think they are? 1,500 gold for a fucking roof?
Well, that was 1,500 for everything. The roof is just
Oh.
the most expensive
Oh,
item.
15. Oh, it was 1,500. I thought it was 15,000. I was like,
No, 1,500. 1,500 gold pieces for
That's-
everything. The most expensive seems to be the roof at about 500 gold pieces.
Still no. That's some robbery right there.
let's see if we can do some of the smaller things ourselves, and then if we do need to pay some of these expenses, I mean, we do have an estimate here, and we know where to find the, guild master. So if we can't do it ourselves, or if we, manage to knock out some of the things in the townhouse are on our own, we can move on from there. And
Well, my friends, I like the idea of little DIY here. That said, we are probably going to need to pay them for something, and well, I don't know about you all, but I gave most of the coins I'd accrued to that widow, of which we definitely still owe a life debt to. I don't even want to think about it now. However, if we go to the bar, we can make ourselves some coin.
I mean, Kaj does have relatively sticky paws. You're whatever you do, and I have a few ideas of how to gain some capital.
Let's go make some money. Cue montage.
You just want to get shit faced, don't you, Raptor?
Shit-faced and rich, my friend.
Can't argue that. But before we do that, let's go rinse off. I'm gonna go draw a
Ah,
bath.
fair enough. I do smell like right shit.
Yeah, I certainly don't hate that idea. You, maybe we could go to one of the more expensive establishments. You could challenge some people to a drinking contest. Use your magical whatever the fuck you do, so that you drink stuff but don't actually fucking drink it. I don't fucking know. I saw you throw some big ass shit up earlier. And then I take the really drunk people. Maybe I con them into like a game of darts or some shit. That could work.
What time is it currently?
It's getting on early evening.
Okay,
What
maybe not.
day of the week is it?
Let me check.
'Cause if it's a Tuesday, we have our work cut out for us. But if we're talking Friday, Saturday,
It
we're in
is
business,
a
boys.
Sunday.
Only the truest of alcoholics. Perfect.
Well, not only that, but if I can do a little sword work in terms of judicial or
Oh, wait, no. It's Star Day, which is Saturday.
Yes.
Perfect.
Boys.
Let's go con
We're
some
in
people out of their money.
business.
Where's
I
the
was
rich
gonna
people
say
at?
we can. I mean, again, not to do anything that would suggest racketeering, but we can fix some bets on sword skills.
Oh,
I'm a dab
I
hand
like
with a
that.
sword. I could probably beat a good majority of the people here.
Now, I do reckon between the three of us, we have at least 12 different ways to make money. Let's go clean up and get to business then, eh?
Let's do it.
I love
I'm gonna
it.
go take a bath and then polish up my armor and change my tabard.
So your townhouse doesn't actually have a bath, but there are bathhouses in town. The most notable of the bathhouses is the Pixie's Kitten, which also serves another clientele, with or without a bath.
Right, boys.
I will be going to the river.
Right, boys.
I don't particularly. I'm not particularly fond of that bushy ass bullshit.
And do
2
you have
minutes.
any more of that old man's beard?
2 minutes. grab a change of clothes. Grab anything you need to polish off. Go to the river. Go to the Pixie's Hollow. Go to the bathhouse. Whatever. We'll meet outside of one of these establishments, and after we're done here, let's go.
All right, so Kaj goes down to the river and washes himself in the river. He gets a couple of odd looks. Well, let me ask you this: Are you looking to do this kind of in town, where the river goes through town, or farther upstream?
I don't give a shit. I'll just do it at the closest spot.
All right, so you find the
Captivated
closest spot.
water.
It's not the cleanest of water, with it being next to a populated area. but it's sufficient enough to get off most of the grime and most of the blood from the zombie that you encountered a couple hours prior. Tristan,
I didn't actually get any zombie juice on me, for the record.
That's
you
true.
got a little splatter, but not too bad.
I probably got the worst of it.
Tristan most definitely got the worst of it. He's pretty well covered. So how would you like to handle that?
I'm going to the Pixie's Kitten and getting my bougie and my pretty boy ass cleaned up.
All right.
I'd like to follow Tristan.
What, you don't
First
want to
time
take
raptor.
you don't want to take a shower in the river with me?
Standing
No,
claws.
Standy
Tristan-
claws?
Tristan and Raptor are slowly starting to bond, and Raptor's going to take this opportunity to spend a little more time with him.
Hell yeah.
They're bonding over their love of booze and beautiful women.
Yeah, also Raptor discovered what horny is recently, and he's interested to investigate further.
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
Oh god.
All right,
my
so you-
boy.
You make your
Whoa.
way to the Pixie's Kitten. You've actually been to this area of town before. It's across the way and down the road from the Fat Man's Feed Bag. However, the Pixie's Kitten, by its facade, is a little bit more high-end than some of the other buildings around it. It seems to be pretty well maintained, and certainly, even if it had been of the same sort of build quality as its surrounding buildings, certainly under its current ownership has seen quite a improvement compared to its surrounding neighborhood. As you walk through, you find a woman greets you as you make your way in. Ah, gentlemen, would you care for some... What exactly are you looking for? I can tell just by seeing you, young strapping man. You probably are in need of a bath. Right?
Very dirty lad, ma'am.
Indeed. Well, that's certainly something that we can accommodate. And for you, my little friends, is there anything that you desire?
Oh, well, I'm new in town.
Yes, I don't think I've seen you around here, especially in my small establishment.
Yes, I'm very small. I'm easy to overlook, and I have a bird.
Do you
I have a
now?
bird that I can fly on. Yeah, it's very cool. Her name's Robin.
Robin.
Tristan's in the background just
What a lovely name. And you, my little friend, what is your name? And she kind of like leans over a little bit in the same sort of manner that you might greeting a dog, and almost she's not petting Raptor on the head, but she seems like very close to petting him on the head.
Raptor's gonna crane his neck upward and put his head onto her hand. My name is Raptor.
Oh, Raptor, what a fine little name for a little friend.
What is your name?
K Tessanari. This little establishment is mine and mine own. We can certainly serve any desires that you might have. If it's as simple as a bath, that certainly can be accommodated. Then there are other services that you may be interested in.
What,
Tristan's gonna look at Raptor and see what he can't gauge.
what do you mean? Other services like a foot scrub, like
That can be
a
arranged.
nail polish.
That,
Can you clean the
Mistress-
horns on my head a little bit?
that also
Just
can be
K,
arranged.
he's on the precipice of manhood.
Ah, I see. Well, certain company can be made available to you, either with or without the bath. And
Well, I definitely do want
satisfaction
that.
It's guaranteed.
Okay. Tristan.
Hmm?
I feel very funny right now, and I don't really know what's going on. I need you to take the lead on this one. I would like whatever my friend is getting, please.
Swallowing his laugh, Tristan's gonna pull Kay aside and be like, "All right, level with me here. What can you do for the kid?"
Well, seeing how it's his first time, we can start him off gently. And though the size is a bit of an issue.
He doesn't really know what it is. So I'm sure anything that makes him continue to feel funny will be just fine.
Well, I think something can be arranged. It might be...
Unconventional is fine, just I don't want to have to deal with this when we take him back to the house.
Well, as you can imagine, an individual of his stature is a little bit of a specialized case. Though, I suppose we can certainly arrange an introduction to some of my smaller clientele.
Tristan, what is it, and what are you talking about right now?
After the adults are talking.
I'm an adult. I'm just small. Okay. Tristan, I trust you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That
I'm
was
not
very
going to
hard for me to say, and I think I might regret it, because last time I trusted you, I met Nora. But please just don't do me dirty here. This place seems very interesting.
I assure you, Raptor, for once I am not trying to get a laugh at your expense.
Well, for the little guy, we can... I think the best fit would be Ella. She's a halfling, a bit large for him, but at such short notice, I'm afraid that's the best that I can offer. For you,
I'll be
however...
back 2 seconds.
For you, however, the selection is a bit wider.
Tristan immediately goes kind of red, like,
It's been a while, has it? Nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh no, it's not that. I came in for the bath, and the boy neither been, and he needs to
A bath and a bath only? That can be arranged as well.
Sure. Okay.
Well, follow me, and I'll lead you to one of our bathing rooms. Would you like to drop off your wardrobe for cleaning?
God, please.
Please, follow me. She takes you through kind of a hallway in the back and leads you to an oak door, opening it up. It seems that the room is already kind of has a high level of humidity. A burst of steam kind of rushes you as you pass through the archway. It's filled with the scent of burning incense and thick with both smoke and steam. In the center of the room is a large copper bathing tub filled with hot water, and beside it, a table containing various vials of varying colors. She grabs one of the vials and empties it into the copper bathing tub, uses her hand to wash it around, and kind of flicks her wrist to remove the driplets from the ends of her tips of her fingers. If you'll undress there. I'll see that they're picked up a little later and taken care of. Will you be wanting anything else? Perhaps something to eat or drink with your bath?
Just a very dry red wine, please.
Certainly.
I have the this strongest thing you have in this place establishment.
Tristan's gonna take a knee to Raptor and be like, "All right, so Mistress K is going to take you to meet someone named Ella. I want you to be on your best behavior. You understand me?"
Okay.
All right.
Tristan, am I in trouble? Is this like a I've been bad thing?
Not at all. Not if you mind your manners.
Okay.
Sure, you'll be fine.
Okay. I hope you're right.
I'm fairly certain I am.
All right. Give me one moment here. All right, and for the little fella, a bath as well?
Yeah, ease him into it.
Aw.
Please, follow me. And she
Sure,
leads you to a separate room, adjacent to Tristan's room. Yeah, I'll just wait a moment.
Tristan's just quickly undressing and leaving his things there, and then just gets into the tub and is like, just sinks below the water, like, oh my god.
I'm sorry. The puppy here is going ballistic. Where are we at right now?
No worries. If you follow me, and she leads you to an adjacent room. This room too seems to be.
Truth and lies behind masks and all that bullshit.
Gosh.
It was fucking stupid.
Okay. She leads you to an adjacent room, and this room too is, as you open it, is filled with the scent of incense burning, the mist of the hot bath. This bath, however, seems to be a tad bit smaller, more in the neighborhood of a halfling's bath. Although, as she walks through, she picks up she kind of drains off about half the liquid to make it suitable for an individual of your stature.
I don't swim very well. Is that going to be a problem here?
No.
I mean, I can swim well, but not like this. But I can turn into a swim thing.
No, not at all. Please. I'll be sending in your company momentarily. In the meantime, if you would undress and leave your clothes there, and she points to a hamper on one side. And she points to a hamper on. Just I'll wait for a second.
I did not realize.
I'm so sorry, Marshall. Can you repeat the last 30
No
seconds?
worries. She points to a hamper on one side, indicating for you to undress and leave your clothing and accoutrements there. And would you like anything to eat or drink as you enjoy your bath and company?
Okay, two things. Yes, I would. The strongest thing you have, please. And the second, am I supposed to take my clothes off while you're in here?
I'll give you a moment to undress, and I'll have Ella bring your drink. Would you like anything to eat as well?
Is she gonna come in here while I'm naked?
Well, only if you so choose.
This was another one of Tristan's traps. I don't like this, but I'm gonna trust him. It's so hard. Okay, just buy the book, whatever Tristan requested. We will try.
So after about a minute, in walks with a silver platter, and upon the silver platter, a small raptor-sized goblet filled with a fairly dark drink. But even from your at this point, are you in the bath?
Yeah, I will have prepared myself and entered.
Even from the bath, you can kind of almost smell the herbs and the almost the strength of this drink. The woman herself is a beautiful halfling, very voluptuous in her for her stature, and seen with green eyes and brunette hair. She seems very very perky in her demeanor as she walks up and kind of kneels to beside the bath, placing a wood plank in front of you, and placing the goblet on the wood plank in front of you. Would you care for some assistance in your bath? Perhaps I could help you reach the hard-to-reach places.
Well, as soon as she entered the room, Raptor immediately placed his hands over his no parts in shame.
There's nothing to be ashamed of.
This is all very new to me. Okay. You're very pretty. I'm just a little nervous and scared, and I don't really know what's going on. I'm very scared, and when I get scared, sometimes I turn into a gorilla. I hope that's not an issue. But just do the. You do you, okay? I'm here for the journey. Let's do whatever it is. You work here. You know better than I do. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. She grabs one of the vials from across the tub and kind of dots a few dots into her palm, rubbing it back and forth, and then begins to rub your back, beginning with your shoulders, and kind of gently massaging into your muscles. It's actually quite enjoyable as you feel your body almost melt into the bathtub, and you feel your hands kind of like fall away, and you begin to get that tense feeling that you had a moment ago begins to melt away as you kind of almost fall into a meditative like state. So your eyes kind of are beginning to droop, and you just kind of slump into the bath, enjoying the shoulder and back massage.
This is I think I do like this. That's you're very good at what you do. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And she...
Did you know that I have a pet bird?
do you now? What's the bird's name?
The bird's name is Robin, and my name is Raptor, and I like to ride the bird, and we can go fly, and I can also turn into a gorilla, and I can do other things too.
Well, isn't that a thing? And she kind of begins to rub lower and lower. And just because I don't want to do it.
Whoa,
fade to
whoa,
black,
whoa,
fade to
what are you
black, fade to
doing
black.
there? Hold on. Whoa. I am so sorry. I think I have to go now. I need to go. You're fantastic. I'm sure you're, it's not about you, it's me. I need to go. And Raptor jumps out of the tub, grabs his things, and runs out into the hallway, still naked, screaming, Tristan, we need to go.
Meanwhile, across the hall, a little bit earlier, your dry wine had arrived. Very full-bodied and with hints of cocoa and chocolate and rose petals. Almost a bit of a spiced wine, but dry and actually quite good.
Tristan's just kicking back in the tub, enjoying his wine, like, finally some me time.
So, and so you, the woman that delivers you the glass of wine also collects your gear for cleaning, and about 10 minutes later, you hear a teeny tiny little pitter patter through the hallway, and a tiny high pitched squeak of a voice yell out, "Tristan, help!" And you identify as being Raptor.
Raptor? What are you doing outside of my room?
We need to go, Tristan. We need to go right now.
Why? We just got here, and
I know, my bath is done. We need to go.
Raptor, your bath is done, but your clothes probably aren't finished at this point, and neither are mine, and we kind of need to get our things back. And remember, we don't have facilities like this back at our townhouse, and we're here and we're paying for a reason, so get your money's worth.
I got more than my money's worth, Tristan. I don't really know what happened. I will meet you back at the townhouse. Sound good? Okay.
Tristan's going to just get out of the bath, tie a towel around his waist, and open the door and just look down and be like, "What happened?" Like in that resigned, like, Big Brother, like, "Okay, what happened?"
I don't know. It was so weird. It was really nice, and then it was uncomfortable. I need to go now. And Raptor runs out the front door and whistles.
Okay, Tristan's gonna
while
grab him
naked.
before he can go.
No, Tristan, no, please. I just want to go get drunk at the bar. We have a mission. We need to make money.
So-
Raptor.
With all this commotion, you hear Kay coming down the hall, and she looks a bit inquisitive, a little bit questioning what's going on, and as she grows closer, she says, "Is there a problem?"
I think he's a little confused. We might have thrown him into the deep end a little bit too much, and also my eyes are up here.
No problem. I just need to go. Something came up. I need to leave right now. Thank you for everything. This has been great. I need to go.
Well, we certainly don't want to rush him into anything he's not quite ready for. So
Uh-huh.
perhaps it's best we leave it at the bath for him and call that what it is. And
Remember when I said I can turn into a gorilla? I don't want to.
well, that would be a shame, especially in an establishment like this. We have a very strict no gorilla policy.
Yeah, maybe he should. I mean, yeah, maybe she should finish up his bath and be on his way.
Yes, I think that would be best. We don't want to rush the little lad. In your case, I'll see another glass of wine is brought in, and he's seen to properly, and hopefully you both will enjoy a bath only.
Oh,
She seems a tad bit disappointed. And you presume because she could charge a little bit more for further services, but she seems perfectly happy to provide bathing services only.
Raptor. Would you like to go and finish just your bath without the nice lady?
Okay, that sounds acceptable. But let's try and do
Okay.
this quick. Okay,
Okay,
I really
okay,
want to go to the
okay.
bar. We need
Go
we need
back
make,
to the
we need to make
bath.
money.
Finish
We
your
need
bath.
money.
Finish
We
your
need to swindle
drink.
people. We
Calm
need to-
down.
Okay,
I will
okay,
be in the
okay.
next room over in case you need anything, all right?
Kristen, I did need something, and I came to you, and you're sending me back. This is not
To
a
be
good
fair,
look for
Raptor,
you.
you didn't explain anything to me.
I explained that I needed to go. You're sending me back. I'm
That's
trying to do it your way now. Wait,
it's not
I'm
an
growing as an
explanation.
individual. I'm trying to not do it Raptor's way every time. I will go back and finish my bath.
All right, go back and finish your bath. It will be fine. I promise you. If anything else happens, I will be in the next room over. At this point, Tristan's just like, dude, I'm half naked in a hallway wearing only a towel. You're embarrassing me in front of the hookers.
Kay then leads Raptor back to the bath and kind of fixes a couple things that Raptor knocked over on his exit, but leaves him to bathe alone with the small goblet of what Raptor then identifies as being a pretty hearty spiced rum. Tristan, a couple minutes pass, and another glass of wine is brought to you. You're allowed to sit in your respective baths for about as long as you'd like. How long do you bathe for?
Until I'm thoroughly cleaned off, I've polished off both my glasses of wine, and until probably around the time our stuff comes back.
All right. You both hear kind of a knock on your door, notifying you to the fact that it will take about another hour for the wash and dry to complete. But if you want to pick them up later, a fresh pair of clothes will be made available.
Very well. That's
All
it.
right.
Let's go grab a fresh set of clothes and head on out.
Kay greets
I'm
you
happy to
on your way out. She kind of is scribbling on a parchment paper in front of a table beside the front door. And would you care to pay now or when you pick up your effects?
Raptor, go on. I'll cover your fee.
Thank you.
For the 2 baths, drinks, and cleaning services, that will come to 5 gold pieces each.
Tristan throws 11 on there, and as he tosses the last coin down, he's like, for the mishap.
Well, that's certainly generous of you. Thank you. and your clothing will be ready for you in the next couple of hours, should you like to pick those up.
Very well.
All right. So stepping out of the Pixie's Kitten, you go from a very heavily smoky, incensey environment to a little bit of a kind of a downtrodden smells and sights outside the Pixie's Kitten. The fat man's feed bag across the way and down an alley. This seems to be like the slightly lower end of town, but again, the Pixie's Kitten is a bit of a jewel in the rough, really. From there, what would you like to do?
We're going to go meet up with Kaj, and on the way, I'm going to explain the birds and the bees to Raptor.
See,
All right.
Tristan, I thought we had this talk a while ago. You did not prepare me for what that was.
To be clear, the only thing she Ella did was massage and kind of go down, but not go down, but go farther down on your back to kind of your lower back.
Yeah, the point at which Raptor decided that was a no-go will remain a mystery. But
Okay.
there was a point in which Raptor decided
Fair
he
enough.
was no longer enjoying that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Tristan will just very like as much as he can just explain the whole entire thing.
Raptor listens intently, and I will be right back.
All right. So you explain the entirety of the birds and the bees to him.
I explained the entirety of the birds and the bees, what that establishment is, the services provided, why we were there, what was going on. Like, just really just kind of thoroughly cover all this. Actually, like, listen, I gotta bring you up to stuff now because you can't keep doing this shit.
Okay. By the time you finish your talk, you make your way in front. Which bar are you going to?
We're going to what was it? What was the bar we were going to? I think we're with Kaj. So I guess we're meeting up back at the river.
Meeting up back of the river. Okay. So you make your way down to the river.
Yeah, back
And-
right.
What was that? What was that, Tristan?
Yeah, I think we were just meeting him up.
All right.
Yeah, wherever he was.
So you make your way down to the river. It's actually not too far from your current location, and it seems that, gosh, were you enjoying your bath that entire time? It was about an hour or so.
I took my bath pretty quick. I'm a pretty quick bath
Okay.
taker. Could I craft something in that time? Like go back to the house and just start crafting shit?
It would take. You could go back to the house and start crafting. Yeah.
Cool.
Have about
I'm
an
gonna do
hour.
that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. What are you crafting?
Oh boy, I have so many new options. For tonight,
You only have about an. You have as long as you want, but what do we?
I'm
what are you
gonna
crafting?
start with crafting the Infiltrator's Elixir. I'll just read the description real quick. Favored by spies and tricksters, an Infiltrator's Elixir is used to alter your appearance. When imbibed, when drank, you take the shape of a humanoid creature of your size, but different enough so you might be unrecognizable. If you aren't humanoid, you might blah, 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 blah. The creator of the elixir decides the basics of the appearance you transform into, so I'm going to make it a humanoid transformation, like a human transformation, including eye color, skin tone, and hair color. The elixir can't change your form into that specific of a person, so I can't make myself like into like a specific person. But yeah, I'm making myself a person with this potion. After the form takes hold, you retain it for 10 minutes, and people can try, like, if people like are onto me, they can try to like figure it out. But I have a plus deception check against it.
So here's the thing about crafting. You essentially spend your downtime doing it, And by the book, it takes you 4 days to craft a particular item, at which point you roll your crafting check.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
and-
lot of time.
Yeah, it's kind of like your downtime. So whenever you have like a spare 5, 10, 30 minutes, you can do that. And then you make, I think it's batches of 4 in a 4-day period.
Okay.
Increments. Actually, maybe that's not. Yeah, it's not the case.
So I couldn't craft anything for tonight.
You could craft some homebrew. So I changed a bunch of that, but it's all pretty similar.
Okay.
Only
Well, I have willow bark, so I might as well brew some willow bark tea. That's within an hour.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Oh boy, and I get to use my rolly.
So for this,
Oh, motherfucker!
what did you
Two
roll?
times in a row I tried to craft willow bark tea. 2 times in a row I get a nat fucking 1.
Oh,
Bro.
it seems that in your endeavors to craft willow bark into a tea, or rather decoct it into a usable beverage for further use, you unfortunately break a couple of very important items in your herbalism kit. The total of which comes to about 5 gold pieces worth of equipment, which you'll have to replenish before next using your herbalism kit.
Okay.
And it goes without saying that you fail to craft
Damn.
the decoction of willow bark.
My gold pieces are dwindling with that blender.
I'm sorry, I just came back and I hear willow bark.
No, you don't.
I fucking got another nat 1, motherfucker. This time I just broke my herbalism kit.
You need a dice jail. That's what you need.
That's what you
Put that shit in a dice jail.
bad dice.
That's why I have too many dice. There's no such thing as too many dice.
Facts.
All right, so Tristan and Raptor, you make it down to the shore where you left Kaj, but it seems that he is not there.
Well, if he's not here, maybe he went back to the house. Do you understand what I've told you so far now?
Yeah, I think I get it for the most part. The going inside part's still a little confusing, but other than that, I think I get it. I definitely have a lot of questions, but they can wait until later. Right now, I'd much rather just go to the bar and do something I'm very comfortable with, which is swindling money to then spend on house upgrades and to give to the widow.
Well, very well then. I mean, I guess if you have any further questions, you can ironically go back and ask Mistress K. She might be able to fill you in a little bit more than I can.
The person that was in the room with me she was very nice. I hope I didn't hurt her feelings too much, but I was very uncomfortable.
I think I squared away any implied insult on our way out.
Okay, thank you, Tristan.
Kate, didn't, as you were leaving, didn't seem too fazed by the entire endeavor. She seemed actually pretty accommodating.
I mean, I figured, but still.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, so you're at the river. Doesn't look like Kaj is there. What are you going to do?
We're gonna head back to the townhouse, see if we can't find him.
As you walk through the townhouse door, all you can hear is Kaj swearing up a storm as you hear a crashing and breaking of glassware.
Now I'm
Gosh.
comfortable.
Cause you okay?
Motherfucker! God damn it! Stupid fucking Wilbur bullshit!
Is everything all right here? What happened with the what's going on here?
I'm so sick of making Willowbark tea. God, this is the fucking worst. The first time I fucking poisoned my good friend Raptor with shit that I thought was perfectly good, and this time I break my freaking herbalism kit. I'm so sick of this shit. I'm done. I don't want to make Willowbark tea anymore. Fuck temp HP.
Oh, Standy, it was an accident when you poisoned me. That somehow does make me feel a little better. I'm sorry.
I'm just a piss poor tea maker apparently.
It's okay. Raptor proved himself to be a piss poor lover.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh.
This is not about me. This is about Standy Claus not being able to make gifts for the children right now.
I can make gifts. It just can't be tea. Apparently.
Well,
Standy, I have a proposal for you. Let's put this all behind us and let's go to the bar. Let's do the thing we set out to do, which was get hammered, make money. We got very sidetracked. We're both very not doing great right now. Let's fix that.
That sounds like a plan.
I don't know what you two are talking about. I had a bar, had fine wine. I'm doing all
Must
right
be
now.
fucking nice, Tristan.
It could have been nice for you, Raptor, but no.
Tristan, I am very young. I don't understand things yet. Kaj, let's go get hammered.
Let's do that.
All right.
Sweet.
Which bar or tavern are you heading to?
Which is the richest?
The richest.
Yeah. I want to swindle some rich people out of their money.
That would largely depend on who you ask. In terms of high clientele, that would probably be the White Deer Tavern and Inn, located north of town. It's certainly a high-end establishment, recently built, or rather rebuilt. Though some in town would argue that the Rusty Dragon is a higher-end establishment, but they're pretty similar.
We're not shitting where we eat. We like the Rusty Dragon. Let's go to the other bar.
All right.
I could use a break before we get there, though.
All right, let's take a quick break then, and we'll pick up where we left off. And we're back. All right, so where we left off, the party members had just come back together and are now making their way to the White Deer Tavern and Inn. As you make your way to the north end of town, a little bit of the upper end of town, you come across a building, and outside are two ashwood statues of stags with their antlers interlocked in a fighting combat pose, a decorative addition to the White Deer Inn. The building itself is made of Tudor style with a base of laid stone and with a total of 3 stories, with a couple of outjetting auxiliary areas on the 3rd floor. There's a path, a stone path that leads to the front door, double door entry made of white birch, which is slightly ajar at the moment. As you kind of make your way in, you can already hear the festivities and the patrons of the little place enjoying their evening's drink. As you walk through, you see to your right the primary bar. It seems that there's quite a crowd already enjoying themselves around the bar, as well as quite a few people at various tables to your left. It seems that people are enjoying a couple of card games, a couple of dice games, darts. There appears to be a drinking game going on. And the patrons themselves seem to be a pretty well mix of Sandpoint's demographics. Predominantly human, but you see a couple of orcs and elves and halflings as well. Most of which seem to be a little bit of your working class and up. A little bit higher end clientele than what you've seen in some of the more blue collar bars and taverns of town. That's of the Hagfish and Fat Man's Feedbag. This one seems to cater predominantly to blue collared and white collared sorts of folks. Some of the local business owners, as well as some of the minor lords that live in town. You can see tending bar, kind of an aged looking man, probably about his mid-50s or so, but he seems a little bit older than what you can probably guess. He's kind of a dark-skinned individual, black of hair, kind of smoky eyes, and almost has this, I wouldn't call it a scowl, but a little bit of a frown on his face that doesn't seem to waver regardless of who he's pouring drinks for. As you walk through, you don't seem to draw too much attention. It seems like most people are enjoying their various drink. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna survey the place and find the drunkest motherfucker there. Hopefully they're playing darts.
The drunkest person in the bar appears to be one of the individuals partaking in the drinking game. A human male, about his mid-20s or so. He seems particularly intoxicated, red of face, and even from here you can kind of see a bit of a slobber down the corner of his chin.
I'm a nudge over to Raptor. Hey Raptor, that guy right there seems like a perfect target for you to go up, convince him that you can't handle much beer with your small stature, and use some of your magical drink fucking anything bullshit. If he can hear me.
I like that plan, Standy. I think we can do that. Start the night off right, eh? I walk over to the man.
And when you're done, maybe I can challenge him to some darts.
I'm gonna take a lean up casually and see what lips I can't read while we're in this room.
Okay.
I can do it automatically if I'm just doing it casually.
Are you targeting anyone in particular, or are you just kind of scouting the room?
No, I'm just scouting around, reading lips, seeing if I can't find anything interesting.
Seems like most of the people around town are just talking about their day-to-day work, how tough the day was, how glad they are that they're there to drink and enjoy each other's company. There are some whisks. You can kind of hear a little bit of talk about the killing or the murder at the lumber mill. A little bit of gossip, who's sleeping with who. But nothing particularly drawing, really. Mostly just mostly small town gossip.
No, that's not what I'm looking into right now. All right, I'll just kind of, blah that to Raptor and Kaj that there isn't anybody who seems to be like, rolling high or shooting their mouth off about any money they're making at the moment.
I'm gonna scan the room and see if I recognize anybody from the Fat Man's feed bag that might potentially be working for Julie Biscaldi. Like from when we went there that one time, if I recognize any familiar faces.
Let's see. Yeah, there are a couple of people that look kind of familiar. Some people that you kind of have a memory of seeing at the Fat Man's feed bag, although you're not quite certain. There was quite a bit going on at the time, and your attention was drawn towards the bar owner, so you're not 100% sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bar, keep a special eye on them, and also scope out any particular drunk people doing darts or anything else that I'm good at.
Okay. As you make your way to the bar, you see the bartender, the dark complexion individual, kind of pouring drinks, and he kind of walks over to you as you get to the bar. And what exactly would you like?
I will take your most delicious, cheapest beer, thank you.
Well, if you're looking for something cheap, the house ale's always reasonable expense.
I'll take that.
Well, certainly. And he pours you a tankard of pretty light-looking ale, but with a frothy head. As he passes it to you, you can already smell the aroma of hops and spices emitting from the frothy foam.
Sip.
And Tristan, while Kaj is getting his drink, what are you doing?
I'm going to size up some of the more white collar clients and see if I can't find anyone who looks like they're in the mood for gambling, but also to see if anybody is carrying weapons outside of something that, like a dagger or a knife that somebody would carry for self-defense. So I'm looking for rich dudes who would have bodyguards.
It seems that most people are carrying at least a dagger of some sort. There are a couple of people carrying swords as well. In terms of bodyguards, doesn't seem to be too much in the way of bodyguards. This is a pretty kind of slow town in general. The need for bodyguards in town is not particularly high. They're mostly used when moving from place to place, in transport, or in maybe the lower end of town. But this kind of like uptown, so bodyguards really aren't too necessary around here. Though you do see what appears to be a let's see who you see. Though you do see a individual. Though you do see an individual that is dark of hair, long black beard, with a very fine coat, and seems to be inlaid with gold and silver thread. He seems, just by his stature and his demeanor, quite posh and up, kind of straightened back, very deliberate in his movements, even raising a pinky whenever he draws a drink from his glass of dark red wine.
Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, Kaj, you notice you're looking for people that are looking a bit drunk, playing darts
That
or any gambling game.
That or any of the people that I noticed at Fat Man's Feedbag, if any of them are doing anything suspicious, like they might be on Thieves Guild missions, and I might be able to offer my expertise.
Okay. You don't notice too much. Actually, go ahead and roll a perception check. Let's see what you notice.
Oh, that's a good one. And my perception's increased because I leveled up. Let's see what it is now. Oh, yeah. That is a 32. Yeah, 32.
Okay. A couple of the people that you think you recognize from the Fat Man's Feedbag do look a tad shady. They're drinking their drinks, but they're also kind of eyeing the room. Not necessarily doing anything suspicious or illicit or illegal, just oddly keeping an eye on the room, talking to each other, but in a few short phrases, not really conversing as you might with friends or fellow patrons. You do see a dwarf. Looks like he's getting up from a table and heading towards the darts board. Seems to be grabbing a couple of the darts and just kind of playing by himself at the moment.
Fuck the dwarf. I'm getting in on this fucking Thieves Guild action. I'm gonna go up to the dumber looking of the two, and I'm gonna tell him, "Hey, Julie," like not making eye contact, being kind of like incognito. Julie Pascal sent me. What do you need?
Viscotti sent
Oh,
you.
and also, real quick, I'm marking this motherfucker as my like the dumber one that I'm talking to as my prey. So plus deception.
All right. Viscotti sent you. Did he? What did
That's
he say?
right. He said to help you out. What do you need? I don't have much time for this.
Don't remember you before. No. I do recall. I've seen you before. You spoke with him some days past. Is that right?
That's right. I'm the newest member, and he sent me with my particular expertise to help the lot of you out. So, I will say one more time, what do you need?
Did he now? Show your sign.
Oh shit. Look, I really don't have time for this shit. Either tell me what you need to help out, or I'll tell Julie Viscaldi that y'all told me to fuck off, and we'll see what he says to say about that.
Roll. No. Roll a deception check
Hell yeah.
with disadvantage.
Oh. But plus advantage, though, because he's my prey.
Alright, plus your advantage, but still -2.
Okay. Deception. Is that really all my deception? Okay. So that is 26, counting my advantage. Is the disadvantage -2?
-2.
Okay, so then actually, hold on, let me double check that it's actually +2. Yeah, it is. So that is 24, counting advantages and disadvantages.
Well, without your sign, how am I to know that you are truly one of us?
Look, you saw me talking to Biscaldi. You know that I know what I'm doing. I'm here to help. Do you want it or not?
No, I think not.
All right, farewell. We'll see what Julie says about that. And I'm gonna walk off slowly.
He doesn't seem phased at all. He seems
Damn it.
quite confident that you're either full of shit, or you have other nefarious schemes in mind.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on him for the rest of the night. See what he does, what he's doing, and then I'm gonna try to bail him out when he needs it later.
Okay.
So I'm playing long game, but I'm keeping an eye on him. If anything happens, I'll see it.
Okay. While that's occurring, Tristan, what are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of stumble up to the rich dude with the embroidered cloak, and just kind of casually, like I'm a little tipsy, and just kind of intentionally knock into him just to spill his wine on his front.
All right. You easily make your way towards the individual, and with a shove of your shoulder, manage to spill half a gulp of wine onto the kind of lower thigh area of the individual's embroidered cloak. He turns to you in a bit of a fit of irritation. Watch where you're going.
You watch where you're going, Pratt. I'm acting drunk.
Roll a deception.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that's a 15.
And he kind of looks down at the stain. Just had this jacket cleaned. Can't believe. Are you planning on paying for my cleaning fees?
Why would I pay for your cleaning fees? This is a bar. You should be more aware that, people move and sometimes things happen. Why would you wear your Star Day? Why would you wear your end of week best to a tavern of all places?
If you must know, I have appearances to keep up.
Oh, big fancy appearances. Check it out. This guy has big fancy appearances to make, everyone.
A couple of people look your way, but quickly go back to their drinks or whatever conversations that they were otherwise engaging in. Seem pretty disinterested at the moment and just kind of look at you as another guy that's had one too many.
See? Nobody cares. See? Nobody cares.
Well, they didn't just have their perfectly fine jacket stained. I do hope that you plan on paying for this.
Perfectly fine jacket. It looks like a horse blanket.
Horse blankets?
Horse
I
blanket.
will have you know this is the finest attire that can be had in Sunpoints.
Must not travel that far then.
I've traveled farther than you could possibly imagine.
Oh, really? Then what are you doing in a small town like Sandpoint, It seems to me that you're no more than a backwater rube.
If you must know, I happen to be the headmaster of the Trandarak Academy. It is my goal to educate this, as you put it, backwater swill least their children.
I'm sorry, am I supposed to have heard of you before? Am I supposed to be impressed? Clearly, you don't know who I am.
I wouldn't expect a street urchin such as yourself to know of moi.
As soon as he goes moi, I whip off my gauntlet and I smack him across the face with it. Like I drop the drunk guy at and be like, nope.
He takes the gauntlet to the face, and now you've begun. Is it actually like a metal gauntlet, or is it a leather?
It's the glove.
It's the glove. Okay.
Or the glove, yeah. Like I'm gonna smack it down and I'm gonna slam it. Like just toss the glove between us both.
Okay.
You have insulted my honor, and I demand satisfaction.
Now you've begun to draw a bit of the attention of the people surrounding it. Not the entire bar, but certainly the half dozen or so are kind of looking at the interaction between the two of you, kind of thinking, I wonder where this is going to go.
I thought that a man who was with grandiose claims to... I'm gonna, like, throw a little bit of the drunkenness in there to throw him off the trail, but, like, the momentary seriousness of, like, nope, and then just like, I thought with somebody with grandiose airs who's so much more enlightened than the rest of us would have a little more etiquette than to, presume to demean the very people he means to illuminate or educate. But I was unaware that Sandpoint needed illumination or education. In fact, I wonder what little we can learn from you, as you clearly have nothing to do in matters if you're going to go around insulting the very people who populate the bar you're trying to go into. Now, if we're through with this conversation, again, my honor has been insulted. Now you can prove yourself a man and pick up the gauntlet, or you can apologize.
The individual in front of you kind of corrects his beard and kind of twists his mustache back into position.
I mock him.
Yeah.
I'm clean shaven too.
Well, my younger years, I very well would be likely to indulge in your fantasies, but I have better things to do with my time.
Oh, I'm gonna play to the crowd now. Looks like he has better things to do than defend himself. Does anybody else smell a coward?
A couple of the people seem a little bit they're like, yeah, fight. But then a couple of the people look at you and look at the person that you're staring at, and they begin to whisper back and forth. Roll perception. Oh yeah, you can read their lips.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Yeah, roll perception check.
All right. Pretty sure. Oh fuck yeah. Oh hells yeah. 32.
Oh man, I've never seen Asari fight someone before. Fuck, he's gonna fuck this guy up. This guy has no fucking idea. This is gonna be good.
Hey Marshall, for all of the viewers just joining us now, can we get a 30-second recap on what happened in the last 15 minutes?
Yeah.
I bumped into this rich Royal Pratt looking guy, spilled wine on his pants, acted like a drunken lout, then basically bitch smacked him across the face when he gave me the slightest insult and challenged him to a duel.
Beautiful. What was Connor doing with the Thieves Guild?
He was trying and failing to convince the Thieves Guild that he, or the people that he thinks that are Thieves Guild, that he is one of them.
Perfect. All caught up.
Okay. So as
That was
you're,
for our new viewers, not for me, to clarify.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
So as you are looking at this unfold, Tristan, you're kind of hearing some of the chitter and chatter, listening in, but also reading lips to kind of help your perception of kind of the side conversations going on. They you get kind of hits and bits of a couple of different conversations, including the word council member and wizard, as well as a rogue, and this guy's gonna get fucked.
Well, too late to back out now.
Well, as I was saying, had I been a younger man and less resolved than I am now, I very well might indulge in your wonder of honor and thereabouts, but as I try to instill in my students, brute force is not always the answer.
I would have thought that a member of the council would have appreciated something for an elegant art as refined as dueling. But I guess that a fancied share and a fancy title don't make a man then. As do fancy clothes. I guess you've gone a little, and I kind of just pat at his stomach. I guess you've gone a little soft in your old age.
Oh shit, you gonna take that from him?
I mean,
Fight
I
this
guess
man! Fight this man! I say to whoever Tristan is antagonizing.
I mean, he's definitely taking something. He's certainly the receiver. I reach over and grab my ankles in a mocking way, very briefly.
You grab your what?
Like bend over and grab my ankles as if to mock him really quickly. He's
What?
definitely receiving something, taking something.
Oh! I'm trying to hype up the crowd here.
That's basically.
I'm just chuckling in the corner. This is great.
Remember, this is a distraction you guys can be utilizing.
Oh,
Fight this man! Fight this man! And I dip.
yeah.
Turn
I'm
around
gonna.
back to the council
He-
member, like,
Isari turns to the bartender and throws down a couple of gold pieces and begins to make his way to the door, eyeing back at Tristan and giving him a staunch stare and saying, "You'll regret this in time."
it's funny. Your wife didn't regret it last night.
Ah!
So-
Shit!
Some of the patrons are like, "Ooh, did he really say that? Oh my goodness!" While he stomps out the door.
Oh. Huh. Man who won't even fight for the honor of his wife.
Tristan. I tap Tristan on the shoulder. Did you just try to fight a council member?
So it
for
seems.
money? Tristan, wasn't it your idea to fucking lay low? Tristan, you can't do that.
Didn't know he was a council member when this whole entire thing started. I believe the Runelords would have
Tristan.
found out. Just
Oh,
play the crowd. I will take care of this.
how am I the one correcting
I'm going to
your
brush the
actions
raptor off
right
my
now?
shoulder.
I continue to flutter right next to your shoulder. This
I'm going to go
conversation's
and-
not over.
I'm going to go grab the glove and stride after Ansari.
I'm gonna go up.
I'm gonna play cards.
All right. So Isari is about 15 paces outside the front door by the time you make it to him.
Oi! We aren't finished here.
I'm going outside because I have a question for Tristan, but I'm still just watching.
No, I very much think we are.
I don't think so. I received neither an apology nor satisfaction. A challenge is left unstated.
That does indeed sound like a problem, but not mine.
Huh.
And he starts to walk away.
I'm gonna go up, put my hand on Tristan's shoulder.
Hmm.
Now, this might not be the time, and please don't ask why I need to know this.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know the secret handshake for the Thieves Guild?
Do I know the shit?
You know more about society than I do, Tristan.
Would I have encountered the secret handshake of the Thieves Guild in my travels? Or society?
Roll a society check. We'll
Oh,
see.
sweet. That's the first. Actually getting some fucking gains out of that
Find out.
9 in society.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's see what we got. Well, we have a 21.
In your travels, you've heard of and in some small occasions even seen the use of various quote-unquote secret handshakes to prove that you do indeed fall within a specific criminal organization.
Mhm.
Although each group differs in their usage, it can vary anywhere from a secret word or password to a tattoo
Mhm.
to the wearing of specific articles of clothing. The specific use varies from group to group. The native Varicians tend to favor either a tattoo or the use of a specific article of clothing. Though again, the usage varies.
Kaj, I'm going to show Kaj. Before we handle this problem, and I will require your assistance in handling that problem that's currently walking away.
I can help with that.
Make no mistake, it is a problem. I will help you with this. And I will give you, since I can logically assume whatever this is, but I probably need possible deniability, I will teach you this. I'm going to show him a handshake that I encountered during the Thieves Guild of a Thieves Guild in my travels. And I'm going to tell him, if they don't recognize it, say that it is the symbol of the Brotherhood from Falernia.
Falernia. I got it.
Falernia.
Now let's
The
help you.
Brotherhood from
Let's deal with
Falernia.
this problem.
Any ideas of how to deal with that problem? Currently, it's a council member, very powerful. I just insulted him, his occupation, and his wife. Which,
Well, now that is a problem.
yeah, kind of. And currently, he's walking away. So either we have to get him, either I have to duel him to satisfaction.
He seems like he's actually, since you've had this conversation, he's about a block away now. He's almost out of sight.
He is going that way. We gotta handle this caution.
Okay, so we kill him, or we or we apologize.
Fuck.
I don't see
That
other
escalated
options here.
quickly.
I mean, if it's a legal duel, I could kill him, possibly. Or I'm dead and you're clear.
I don't know, but a 2v1, I don't know if that's an option, but we might die anyways.
We can't just attack. Come on, we better follow him.
Okay.
I'm guessing, like, as we're kind of tailing him, we're like, I mean, we can't just straight up attack him. We'll have the gods on us.
That's true. We could apologize. He is a council member. He has sway when we deal with the Scarnettis eventually. I know how much you hate that. I could do it for you.
Go ahead, go as my proxy. Oh, wait a minute. You go as my proxy and apologize on my behalf. I will go to the Thieves Guild and act as your proxy.
I love it. Yes. Just remember, any headway we make with the Thieves Guild gets us closer to usurping Julie Biscaldi and taking over the Thieves Guild and making it more legal. Less.
Okay, I'm going to undo my cloak and hand it to Taj and be like, swap me your cloak really quick. That way you're officially wearing my colors and I look a little more more discreet. If I can wear
Perfect.
your cloak.
Perfect.
All right. Remember, you're my proxy. You're apologizing on my behalf. I will go see what progress I can make with the Thieves Guild.
Okay. I'm gonna mark this new motherfucker as my prey and go after him.
All right, we'll do that first.
I go back into the bar and find Raptor.
Perfect. So, Kaj, you make your way down the street and try to come up on Iskari, and it looks like he's walking southward through town on one of the main streets. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna call him. Biscari! Biscari, wait, my friend. Just a moment.
He kind of turns around and says, "It's Isari."
Oh, I'm terrible mistaken. I'm new in town. I don't really understand the town happenings and whatnot. I just saw my friend Tristan have a very heated argument with you.
Tristan, is that his name?
Damn it, gosh.
Whoops.
Got him.
Yes, my good friend. Unfortunately, he's had a lot to drink tonight. He's not really acting himself. I don't think he really understood who you were.
He turns around and with a straight back and a very prim and proper sort of manner, he crosses his arms behind him and walks in your direction, stopping a couple paces from you. Well, he certainly seemed intoxicated, and the evidence of said intoxication is apparent on my robe, as you can very plainly see.
Oh, did he do that then?
He did indeed.
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. Look, we just came out of the big quest. He saw a lot of dead corpses, really like juicy and whatnot, just got sprayed all over him. He needed to take some time to decompress. He apparently drank too much after seeing that, but I promise you that he is a good person, and all of that trauma that he just experienced was in the name of Sandpoint. He really would never mean anything against the council member had he known who you were in advance.
Roll diplomacy.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, Kaj.
And that is 23.
Well, the council has certainly been made aware of your recent contributions to the town. And that taken into account, I suppose a proxy apology should suffice. Should the damage be rectified?
I am
How-
Kaj.
How much damage are you talking? Those seem like very fine robes.
Fine indeed. More than you could probably afford, though, thankfully, those in town are quite skilled in the cleaning of such fineries. 10 gold pieces should be sufficient.
Damn it.
I'll
I
run
would
you.
be, I would be happy, sir, to clean your robes for you. Where could I bring these women? I fucking hate this. Well, I'm facing him directly.
Are you asking this man to strip down in the middle of the street, give you his dirty robes so you can clean them and return it at a later point? Just give the man some fucking money.
Wait, can I hear? Wait, Raptor.
Give the man some
Raptor's in the bar right now.
Raptor's not with you at all. Just give the man some fucking money.
You just hear this voice in the back of your head, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm facing whatever the fuck his name is directly, so he can't see the hairs in the back of my neck stick up.
Okay.
And yeah, where can I take these robes tonight?
Yeah, it's not so fucking easy, is it?
What exactly do you expect for me to disrobe in the middle of town?
I told you.
Well, sir, would you prefer 10 gold pieces right now so I can give you what you need to have them clean?
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
That would equal the sum of the damage, and the apology would be sufficient.
Well, I am so sorry for my friend's actions.
Well,
so terribly sorry.
15 and say you're sorry.
should you pay for the damage, consider the incident rectified.
Very well, my good lord. Here you go.
Thank you.
I will let you all know Tristan suddenly feels a very bitter taste on his tongue.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker just has been added to my shit list right under fucking the Scarnettis. Right under there.
Damn.
He's up there. Oh, he's going down. Oh.
Damn, okay.
I mean, yeah, this guy's clearly a piece of shit. However, he's on the council, and
Yeah,
we
and he's not
specifically
going-
agreed at the start of the session to lay low and not stir shit up, and that's exactly what has happened. So yeah,
That's,
that dude's on the hit list for sure.
It's going great right now.
Well, while this is happening, Raptor's playing cards and swindling people like we agreed on.
All right, so Kaj, you pay the man 10 gold pieces. Go ahead and remove that from your inventory.
Dang it.
And then we are going to switch over to Raptor. What are you doing, Raptor?
Okay, I feel like I have been gone for quite a significant chunk of events. Can we retcon in a way in that upon initial entry to the bar and Tristan and Kaj doing whatever the fuck it was they were doing,
That's fine.
Raptor went over to a table, and
Yep.
whatever table was already gambling. No,
Looks like there's a couple of gambling tables. The most predominant appears to be a dice game
Okay.
and a drinking game.
Okay, let's start with the drinking game. Let's
Okay.
go over there. Oi there, mates. Seems you have a challenge on your hands and your new challenger approaches.
Aye, well, these two lads seem a bit tapped out, if you know what I mean, but I think another round is quite in order. You posing a challenge?
You darn tootin' I am. And I would like to take my best guess. How smart is this man?
Valid question.
How intelligent is this human being
Roll
based on what I
a
see?
perception check.
Let's see.
Yeah.
See.
We'll see.
14 plus 9, 23.
Judging by the dwarf's kind of rather simple but clean garb, a finely crafted dagger at his side, and a well-kept beard and hair. It's rather difficult just by initial viewpoint to judge this dwarf's intelligence, but judging by his demeanor and his pattern of speak, you'd probably say he's at least average.
How intoxicated does he seem at this point?
He seems like a dwarf that's certainly had a few, but pretty unswayed so far.
Okay. Well, I suppose we could wager a bet here then.
Hey, what did you have in mind?
What do you say to, depends. How you feeling? Because I'm willing to wager 10 gold here on this one. You don't look like you can hold your liquor near as close as me.
He looks down at you, which he obviously finds as a real treat, being a dwarf looking down on someone. And just a huge grin comes up on his face. And he just seems tickled by the idea of having a drinking game with little old you.
Now let's lay some groundwork here. We should keep in mind that as I am very small, it is only fair that I have my miniature glass of alcohol per your standard glass of alcohol. Are your terms acceptable?
I think those are acceptable terms, my little friends.
Very well. I reach my hand out to him, and as I do, I whistle, and Robin comes in and drops 10 gold pieces on the table in front of me.
Though, I think... 10 gold pieces is a paltry sum. Let's make it 20 gold pieces.
Oh, hell yeah, I got 46. Yeah. All right. I accept your terms. First one to throw up or tap out loses the money.
Agreed. Well, I'll have the bartender send over a few drinks for us. Please take a seat.
Very well.
So a moment later, a waitstaff comes over with a tray of drinks. Half of them are standard ale drinks, while the other half are raptor-sized ale drinks, about the size of a shot glass.
That's fucking huge compared to my size, but hell yeah.
Well, you're like, what do you? Oh, you're 8 inches.
I'm 8 inches tall. I am
maybe
the
like
size of a standard drink.
Maybe like thimble size then. Proportionate to your size.
Sure.
They're proportionate. Thimble size. And the dwarf raises a glass, and the glass itself is about the size of you, Raptor. Raptor, you actually have to sit down on a deck of cards that is on the table to kind of makeshift a seat. And he raises the glass in front of you and says, I want a drink now and to the winner.
Cheers to that then, mate.
All right. Both of you roll a fortitude save.
Whoa. Right out the gate. That's going to be an 19. A 19.
All right. Both of you swig down the drinks, seeming unfazed. And he goes for glass number 2. And what are we drinking to this time, laddie?
Well, we're drinking to good company and making money.
To good company and making money.
Probably should have divided those.
And he swigs back his drink. Roll another fortitude save as you drink yours.
That's a nat 20.
All
I'm
right.
sober. Sobers me right up.
All right. You both seem unfazed. And he goes for drink number 3. The
Suppose
good.
we should do
the
less
good
talking
drinks.
and more drinking then, eh?
What was that?
Suppose we should do less talking, more drinking then, eh? Money at stake here, friend.
All right. I'll drink to that. And he pounds one back.
Not great either. 14.
14. All right. All right. He immediately goes for the next drink.
I do as well.
Another fortitude save.
22.
All right. He is looking a little bit phased. Just a bit tipsy. You're still feeling pretty good.
Hell
He goes
yeah,
for an-
happy.
He goes for another
I
drink.
haven't even cheated yet. Let's fucking go, boys. 21.
All right. All right. He seems pretty unfazed and goes for another drink.
Is he when you say unfazed, do you mean in total or less phased than the previous drink, which phased him?
About the same as before.
Okay, cool. Another 27. Raptor throwing him back tonight.
And he throws it back also. What do you say about making these a little bit more interesting?
Ooh.
Well, you best be talking double or nothing, or I don't want to hear it, friend.
Not only that, double or nothing, and something for my homeland.
How do you tell?
This house ale. It's a good drink for pairing with breakfast, but I'm feeling something a wee bit stronger. What do you say?
Your terms are acceptable.
All right. He calls the bartender over, and another tray of drinks are brought to you. This thimble-sized tankard, unlike the last bit, smells a bit more earthy. Has certainly darker in its color, has almost no head to it, and as you kind of sniff it and kind of get it close to your nose, you are picking up kind of hints of very, very earthy, very almost subtle tones of dirt, and almost like a metallic taste comes to your tongue.
Is there anything suspicious about this drink?
Roll a perception check.
Because I do not trust this fucking dwarf. Not as far as I can throw him, and dwarves famously cannot be thrown far. 25.
It seems to be an ordinary drink, a little bit out of your repertoire of drinks that you've had in the past, but it seems to be completely normal. Just a little bit different in composition than what you're accustomed to.
To take a quick sniff of his drink.
As you kind of like thumb
And-
your
and-
nose,
And as I do this, I would like to play up that I'm pretty drunk, and I'm gonna use my acrobatics for a performance check.
Okay, so what are you doing? Like physically?
Like an acrobatic kind of maneuver over there, like just really playing it up, like I'm dancing, but it's somehow beautiful and also very drunken at the same time.
Okay.
Walking over to his drink and then just taking a big old sniff and then backtracking to my drink.
Roll perception or performance check, but in your case, it's acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics modifiers, so that's gonna be a 22.
All right, you drunkenly kind of make your way over to his drink and subtly take a whiff, and it seems to be pretty much the same. A little bit. It almost seems a little bit stronger, though that could just be from the larger volume.
Woo! I am looking forward to this change in the drinks there, friend.
I used to drink this as a lad. It's a fine concoction.
Well, I will. Cheers to that, my dwarven companion.
Roll a fortitude save as you drink your next drink.
Let's go, Raptor. Nat 20, boy!
Wow.
That's 2 in a row! I'm due for a nat 1 here right quick.
Don't say that now.
Don't worry, I'm gonna start cheating after this drink.
All right. The dwarf kind of finishes his drink, looks down at the cup, and his eyes look a little bit more hazy than they did before. A little bit almost kind of a milky hazy. But he seems to still be enjoying himself quite a bit.
How drunk am right now?
I love that taste.
As a damn fine drink out there, friend. How drunk am I right now?
You're feeling it. You're definitely feeling it. You don't feel drunk, but you definitely feel tipsy.
Okay. Raptor's pride is gonna start poking through. He could potentially beat a dwarf without cheating right now. He's gonna continue on without cheating until he needs to.
All right. Pound back another drink and roll another fortitude.
Oh my god.
That's a 14.
All right. You feel a wee bit drunk.
All right.
In fact, your vision begins to blur a little bit, and you feel a little bit lightheaded. At this point, you will be taking a -1 to all intelligent and wisdom-based skill checks.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm gonna go ahead.
Skills, checks, and saves.
All right. Do I take a damage to spells?
If they are wisdom-based, you do.
Well, let's see here.
Or casting, if it's an attack, you would. If it's you're thinking about that bottomless pit stomach thing, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast.
Isn't that a cantrip?
Stomach. No, it's a spell.
It's a spell. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you take a penalty to that then.
Beautiful. I cast bottomless stomach.
All right.
Oh my god. This is gonna be great.
The dwarf, however, seems a little bit surprised by how he is reacting to the drink of his homeland. It seems like it hit him a little bit harder than he originally anticipated.
Doing all right there, friend.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Don't you worry about me. I'm doing fine. Damn it.
You ain't gonna let me win this money that easy, are you?
No.
Well then, cheers to that. And I grab the next round.
All right, you both throw back.
Do I have to do another fortitude save?
You
if
do
I'm
have to do.
throwing it into my bottomless stomach?
Oh. Yeah, no, actually, you don't.
Yep, it just eats on in there.
Yeah, the only reason I had you do the fortitude save on the hagfish is because it still had to pass past your tongue, but
Sure.
and that's enough to make you heave.
So I get to taste this alcohol without getting any more drunk. That is beautiful.
You do actually, because it's bottomless pit in your stomach, not in your throat.
Yeah.
Still has to pass your throat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great.
I love
Yeah.
it.
As you swig back this drink, the dwarf, his eyes kind of fold in on themselves. You almost see nothing but white as he kind of throws back his head, and he kind of comes forward again, a little bit green around the gills. If you could see his gills past his immensely thick beard. And then a sudden widening of his pupils as he realizes what's about to happen. Raptor, roll a reflex save. And
I
you
will
are
gladly get covered in vomit for the 40 gold that I'm about to win here. Let's fucking go. That is a dirty 20.
as the dwarf retches forward, a plethora of house stew and black ale erupts from his beard and from his mouth, and you narrowly avoid it, getting only a couple of droplets on your face, while the chair behind you is drenched in this vomit, dripping down to the floor. The dwarf then looks at you and smashes his head onto the table. He is passed out, drunk.
Now, the most important question I have to ask here, is the gold covered in vomit?
Let's find out.
There is 80 gold sitting on this table right now.
Your
No, 40.
pouch, of 20 gold is covered in vomit. However, his is not.
No, it would be 80 because remember you guys went double or nothing.
Did we start at 20 or at 10?
Oh yeah, we did start at. You're right. Start at 20, and then it went to 40.
80.
So
Beautiful.
your gold,
Let's go.
your gold pouch of 40 gold pieces is covered in vomit. His is not.
I'm going to go ahead and just start loading his 40 gold into my gold pouch. And as I do, I would like to retch up what I put into my bottomless stomach and then drink it for real. And just let that spell expire.
Okay. Roll 2 fortitude saves.
2? What the fuck?
Oh wait, it was just one. You're right.
It was 1, yeah.
One fortitude. Roll 1 fortitude save.
28.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Raptor
You
didn't
are-
even have to cheat, dude. Let's do it.
You are still considered drunk.
Perfect.
I'm
I'm gonna load up that
And you take
40
and
gold profit.
you're still taking a minus 1 to, or minus 2 rather, to all wisdom based, intelligence and wisdom based skill checks and saves.
Perfect. All right. I load up my 40 gold in profit. Seems to be that Raptor was the only one that went through with the mission so far, but Raptor's gonna go ahead and.
This is what it's like dealing with you on a daily basis. I don't want to hear it.
Well, Tristan, this is what it's like being rich.
I already know the feeling. I have 217 gold.
Raptor.
Actually, I think with that we're
Is-
gonna take a quick break,
I like that.
and then we'll come back and see what else unfolds.
Beautiful.
And we're back. All right, where we left off, Raptor had just won a total of 40 gold pieces from a local dwarf, while Kaj and Tristan are, well, let's see where they left themselves. It seems that they, Kaj managed to mitigate Tristan's interaction with one of the council members. Meanwhile, Tristan, what are you doing?
I'm pulling Kaj's cloak around myself to conceal my features as much as possible before I re-enter the bar and just kind of slink first to the barman to get a drink and then over to the thieves that I saw Kaj kind of strike out with.
Okay.
I am
You-
just kind of Aragorning this whole entire thing where it's like I'm covering as much of myself with this cloak as possible.
You subtly grab a drink from the bartender and, yeah, able to make your way towards the individuals that Kaj had interacted with previously. They
I'm
seem to
going-
be
After I finish my contest.
They seem to be drinking alone, kind of in the edge of the bar, rather on the side next to the wall. There are two of them, and they seem to be having a bit of a conversation between each other, but just kind of keeping an eye on the room.
I'm going to kind of casually lean against a beam in the bar or against a wall and just kind of look like I'm sipping, and then I'm going to try to read their lips too, see if I can't pick up anything.
Roll perception check.
Okay, 19.
All right. You kind of get bits and fragments. It's kind of hard to tell with people walking past, and though you do ascertain the words. Let's see. You do ascertain the words pickpocket, mark, target,
Mm-hmm.
and loafing about.
I cast a glance to where Raptor is to see if I can't kind of glean, like, do I need to worry about my person who's loafing about, or...
Are you asking me?
I guess I kind of
Wait,
look
what-
over to see if I
what are you
can't
saying?
kind of gauge if anybody is loafing about.
It seems like quite a few people are loafing about. Just kind of generally enjoying their drink, or maybe a smoke of their pipe. Though you probably classify about half the people are relaxing or loafing about.
I will slowly make my way to the gentleman who's keeping an eye on things and just slowly say, I understand an associate of mine attempted to make contact with you. Rather legally and politically, this is our profession. An apology on his behalf.
Aw, you guys are both apologizing for each other.
I love that. That's good shit.
No apology required, friends.
You know what? You understand new recruits these days. They're all a little more on fire to begin work, and they recognize true talent. They get more ahead of themselves trying to impress the best.
What sort of talent does your friend have?
Well, for an unusual fellow, he's a rather soft paw. You know what I'm saying? And even when he manages to maybe do something a little, shall we say, unsubtle, he seems to be able, he seems to possess a sort of uncanny luck. Things always seem to just fall into place for him.
Well, that must be nice to have everything fall into place for you.
It's not as fortuitous as you would think. Usually when things are falling into place, it usually just means you break even. Oftentimes it means you turn a profit. In our business, there are ups and there are downs. Not unlike that loudmouth over there, the one who chased after the noble sort. I would definitely say that his fortune is not exactly crazy.
I'm going to have you roll a performance check at this point and see if he notices that you
Then
are
you're the
talking about
only
yourself.
motherfucker in here with white fucking eyes, and just because you put a cloak on doesn't mean you
No,
have a
it's
good chance
legitimately
here.
covering all my features.
We're going to see
Best
how
of
well
luck on
it,
that dice roll, Tristan.
we're about to see how well it covers his eyes.
That is a nat 20.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. Oh,
Big rolls tonight. Other than the
Hell
Willow
yeah.
Bark, big rolls.
does that mean
Wow.
the nat ones are coming from me?
That is accurate, yes. Well, to pick a fight with a council member is indeed a bold move, not one I plan to replicate.
Truly. Well, I'll let you know a little something about that Bart. He's not exactly, he's a little lost lamb far from home. At this point, I kind of like extend my arm out, like as if to give him a handshake.
He kind of looks at you, hood down, but with one hand outreached and the other hand kind of behind his back, he outreaches to receive your handshake.
I'm going to do the sign that I showed Kaj before and say, "From Falernia, I know a little bit about you, Tristan Bayard."
Falernia, you say?
Mm-hmm. He's a little bit of. I would definitely say that Zandpoint is a little far from home, isn't it?
Indeed, I had a cousin, or rather a third cousin, that lived out there. And always,
Archipelagos.
they're an interesting people out there. Well,
Interesting that someone his sort would be seen around here. No.
can you speak up? I didn't catch that.
Sorry. A bit odd that one of his sort would be around here. You know, the sort of. Tristan kind of flicks like his under where his nose would be in the hood, like the sort of type.
Indeed, it's not too often you see those from Falernia in this part of the world. It's a bit of a trek, would you say?
I would. I mean, the Brotherhood from his and I shared homeland and sent me out here to tail. You see, he stole something from a few important individuals, and I was told to make contact, see if I can't figure anything out.
Figure anything out about?
Well, him and his going-ons here and there. There are a few important individuals who want young Bayard for personal reasons.
Personal reasons, you say?
Oh, you know the sort.
Well,
Those, at risk of revealing too much, shall we say those, rather royal disposition are not fond of having things taken from them. Don't take too kindly to their virtuous things being absconded with certain individuals and punished for such offenses.
well, indeed, if any of those sorts found possessions lacking, I suppose they would be
Yeah.
of a lacking disposition. So, I suppose a reservoir of sorts would have to be had for certain things.
I wouldn't suppose that this reservoir yields a bit of shiny metal.
It can.
Hmm.
Usually comes either in a gold tinge or that of steel. The specific metal is usually determined by the method of delivery. Though, it seems to me that you need a bit of a friend at this point.
Well, that brings us to our conversation of our young feline friend. He's well, as I said, he's an overeager sort. But he showed aptitude for art, and I think with the right push, he could be something remarkable. As I said, my association with our, shall we say, guild, is not permanent in this place. I am due for a tour back home as my little overseas trip, shall we say, is concluded. But I would appreciate a representative as far out as here. Falernia is an island many, many leagues from here, not much going on at the best of times, and rather dull and predictable work, King Arian declaring war on white men and staving off them and such. Not much profit in our line around a stable and well-run kingdom ever since Queen Liliana came into power and brought that sort of relief and sort of restructure to the economy. Things have been rather opportunities have been rather lacking in my home, in my homeland. So a representative who is a little more ingratiated to the local population could prove to be quite profitable.
Well,
I'm an investor, you see, and in a talent such as that, I suppose an active investment would be prudent. But as I said, he didn't quite make the right impression from what I could perceive of him. So I was wondering if you would do me a favor, one virtuoso to another, if you could extend him an invitation, perhaps take him under your wing, show him the ropes, as it were.
well, certainly a interesting proposition. Though, it's not my decision to make, really. I can facilitate an introduction, perhaps, and we'll see where that goes.
Who would be in charge of this?
Well, wouldn't that be a good piece of information to know? I suppose I suppose you'll find out during our little introduction.
All information has its price. Whether by yellow, not by gold, or by steel, it has its price.
He kind of begins to chuckle at the thought. Indeed. Well, this little bit of information does have a price. Say 10 gold pieces. And with that, I can facilitate a introduction that is sure to prosper.
For a sum of 10 gold pieces, I will even introduction. I need an assurance. Recommendations.
Well, I suppose your friend has certainly proven some usefulness in the past, from what I've heard. That, coupled with a good word, should be sufficient. Though again, it's not my decision to make.
I do suppose that is the best you can do at the moment. And quite generous, I would say. I'll slip in the 10 gold pieces, underhanded.
All right. Roll a, let's say, performance check.
To hand him the thing underhanded?
Or no, stealth. Actually, we're gonna do a stealth check. See how
Okay.
stealthy you do it.
Stealthy.
See if anyone notices.
Okay, fair enough. Oof, that'll be a flat roll. Okay, I'll take that. That's a 16.
Okay. You don't immediately notice. It seems like most people are kind of tending to their own drinks or conversations. It's actually quite a busy bar, so quite a bit going on. Well, see that your friend takes a drink or two here at this table, and we'll see what happens the next couple of hours.
Very well. If you could pass along to my associate any information you encounter on our fellow of the knightly disposition, I would greatly appreciate it. I understand that he's had a bit of a run-in with the head of your organization recently, where he made something of a fool of himself. No?
You're referring to Utramir?
Hmm?
You,
He's
what'd you say?
referring. Tristan is legitimately referring to himself, where he made an ass out of himself in front of.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that into consideration.
Indeed. Now, oh, before I go, if you do not mind indulging one more question.
Well, I wouldn't deny a final question.
If the council member in question is indeed a target, why not let young Bayard have his way with him? Surely it's easier on you that the council member perishes by the blade of these so-called heroes of Sandpoint and leaves the blame off of you and take advantage of the chaos that ensues. No?
Well, that's certainly a question above my pay grade, if you understand my meaning. I won't be party to any... He kind of looks around, make sure that no one's listening. Won't be party to any talk of that sort. At least, not in a place like this.
No talk, mere speculation.
Of course.
Of course, we would never imply the accelerated end of one of the venerable council.
Dude. And he kind of nods at the guy next to him that's kind of been sitting there just watching this whole encounter, and kind of head tilts, indicating it's time to leave.
I suppose you must be on as well.
Well, introductions need to be facilitated, do they not? Wait here, and you'll have your answer soon enough.
Very well.
So they kind of pick up their things, along with the 10 gold, minus that from your inventory,
I did.
and make their way out of the tavern, one waiting a couple minutes behind the other.
Holy shit, that was the smoothest I think I've ever been.
All right. So let's see. At this point, what are the three of you doing?
I'm waiting for Kaj to burst in again, and then I'm just going to kind of see if I can't subtly let him know what's going on.
So by about this point,
Mhm.
Kaj makes it through the door. Maybe a couple minutes later,
Okay,
and
I'm going.
actually, Cinco at this point is certainly drunk, but
I ain't that drunk, mate.
pretty
Great.
much done with his drinking game, and 40 gold's richer as a consequence.
You're goddamn right. Who wants to play some cards?
I'm going to ignore Raptor because, as insofar as he knows, I haven't come back to the bar yet. I'm going to glance his way to make sure that he's not making too much of an ass out of himself or dying. And then I'm going to quickly pass, like, hover near Kaj and say, "The arrangements have been made. Stay near me. Just play along."
I'm gonna.
My stranger, did you know that I almost got laid today?
If all goes well, you should have an end to the thieves' guild. From there, it'll be up to you.
My friend Tristan took me to the bathhouse and I almost got laid. He had to teach me what laid was after we got out of the bathhouse, but I almost did.
At some point, we'll find a way to change our folks back. And, guess we'll tail you from a distance if we can. We'll try to sober up Raptor if we can, if possible.
That sounds like a good plan.
I'll bet you ain't almost been laid before.
Sure, Raptor.
I'm yelling at random patrons in the bar right now.
Okay.
Do something about that.
I think he's having a great time. If you need him, I'm sure his spells can still come in use, but let's let him do his thing.
I guess we'll wait and then and see how your association with the Thieves Guild begins. Don't let us down. This may be the key to finding out who's targeting the council members and if anybody's involved in anything insidious. They mentioned
Sure.
Targeting one of the council. I'm not sure if it's the one that I had an altercation with. How did that go, by the way?
I lost 10 gold pieces, but
No.
he doesn't
Same
hate
amount
us.
paying your dues.
Well, I guess we're even then.
Fair enough. But I guess I don't know if it's couldn't get them to reveal if it's the one that they were targeting. The implications aren't. They're subtle. I mean, thieves. The implications weren't exactly open, but it's either him or another member of the council. Could be Scarnetti, but given what we've learned about the man, I'd be surprised if he was somewhat shady himself.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just have to see where they take you and figure it out from there. Any information they find out about me, they should be passing along to you. Just act as if you're forwarding it to a contact and to the contact who introduced you to the Thieves Guild, who sponsored you to the Thieves Guild.
I can do that.
Give a name, so you should be fine.
Perfect.
All right. So, what do you, after you kind of finish your conversation, what do you do?
Just waiting for the guys to show up.
All right.
Oz, you want to play a game of cards with me?
I don't know if I want to play with you. I know your tricks.
Gosh, we'll share.
Done. I'm in.
Let's fucking go. What the hell are you guys waiting for right now? Some Thieves Guild? Alright, never mind. Raptor doesn't care. He's ready to play some cards with Standy Claus.
Oh my god.
Tristan! Wait, is that Tristan? Or is that Tristan's alter ego, Thief Tristan? Oh, it's Thief Tristan. I don't know you.
Shit, how do you even try? How do you even recognize?
I don't know you. You're a random person. I don't want to play cards with you. Hey, other random person who probably has money. You want to play a game of cards?
Is he talking to me?
No, not you. I don't know you. It's okay.
It looks like the card table is kind of its popularity seems to be dissipated a bit, but looks like there's still a couple people playing at the playing what appears to be liar's dice.
Oh god,
Is
I've
the
had very
card
bad
table?
luck there.
Is the game at the card table? Is there still a deck on the table?
Does not seem to be a deck on the table.
Perfect. I'm walking up to that, and I am whipping out my deck of mischief, and I'm throwing that shit down on the table and making the loudest announcement I can to the bar. Oi! Whoever wants to bet some money on a game of cards, get your hind on over here.
Okay. I'll be totally honest. I'm not sure how we're gonna play a freaking card game on this. Can we put a pin in that, and we'll come back to that at another time because I don't freaking know how we're gonna do that one.
Hey, whoever wants to bet some money on some liar's dice,
There
come
you
on
go.
over here.
There you go.
I'm out. I have 7 gold to my name. I'm out.
How are you so poor?
Oh my god.
Because I spent
you
it all
didn't
on.
even give money to the widow. How are
I
you
spent it
so
on
poor?
crafting bullshit because crafting only gives you fucking half off anything.
Well,
was
maybe
your
you
choice.
shouldn't have built a whole character around crafting then.
I know I shouldn't have, but this is where I'm at, and it's the only way to stop the logging industry. And I was whispering that last bit.
All right. Good to know. All right, so it looks like there's 2 people that take up your challenge of liar's dice. A kind of old grizzled-looking dude and a halfling individual with red hair and a bit of a patchy beard.
Now, I know this is a stretch here, but since my intent was to play cards with my deck of mischief, can I get any sort of inherent advantage in this game?
Not on the dice, no. Sorry, I need to think
Damn
about.
shame.
I have to figure out how we're gonna play like a card game on this. I don't know yet. I didn't think you guys were gonna do that.
Mystery.
It's a big
just
fucking mystery.
Open online blackjack and start a game on there.
Something like that.
Yeah. How much money y'all willing to wager?
Hey,
Hey, how about 10 gold pieces?
I like the way you think. A high roller.
All right, well, I'll put 10 gold pieces down. And he kind of breaks out a set of dice. So have
I want to inspect them immediately. Are these things fucking rigged?
roll perception.
Takes a cheater to know a cheater, and I'm a goddamn cheater. That's a 25.
They seem pretty normal. Seem like they're made out of bone, all of them. Seem to be uniform.
Well, my friend, I see you have a nice set of dice there. However, I'd be a little more comfortable if we were to use the house dice.
The house dice. Well, we can do that. And he kind of looks at you confidently and smiles.
Not to insult those dice there. Those are made out of beautiful femur, I can tell. I love me a good femur, just as much as the next guy. But I've had some bad run-ins with some cheaters on the dice game, and I prefer to keep it on the house.
We can do that.
Very
Still-
well then.
Still win, my little friend.
Bartender, a drink for me and my friend here, and this other guy who's playing dice with us.
All right. So then they all roll their dice. So, anyone else joining in on this?
I'm hovering and
All right.
Hey,
saying,
you spooky thief in the corner, you should come play. I'm talking to you, Tristan.
to do
How do I
something
play
that-
liar's dice, Marshall? What do I roll?
Roll 5 d6 die.
I have 1. All right.
Alright,
If you need
Tristan
more than
will-
one, bring up like Wizards of the Coast digital dice roller. Just Google dice roller because you need 5 in front of you at a time.
2, 2, 4, 4.
You don't want to tell me.
Okay.
Roll again.
I will re-roll. What's that? What'd you just say? for the
5
other one?
d6.
On where?
If you just Google online dice roller, the top result is going to be Wizards of the Coast digital die roller. And you're going to want 5 d6.
Wizards.com. Dice, and that's going to be 5d6. Let's roll those. Okay, I got it.
And basically how this works is everyone rolls 5d6 and you can, and it kind of goes around the table. You can do one of two things. Or one of three things. You can call out a face followed by a number of the face. And so, for example, if I say 5, 5, I am saying to the table there are 5 die on the table, and then we just kind of go around the table, either increasing the number of dice or changing the face of the dice until somebody calls someone else out as a liar. And whoever calls the person out as a liar, everyone reveals the dice. We see how many in total on the entire table are on is on the table, and see if the person that said the person is a liar is in fact telling the truth, or if they were in fact lying. So it'll make sense as we kind of go through. So for this one, I'll have the old man go first. So he's going to say 3 1s. Now,
He's a fucking liar.
All right, so if you say
He rolled 5 dice, right?
yes, but he's accounting for not only his dice, but your dice and the redhead's dice.
Oh.
All the dice on the table. So even though he only has 3 dice in front of him, he's assuming that there's at least one-sided die on the table other than his. So
When you say he only has 3 dice in front of him, you mean he has 3 1s in front of him, and
So he has-
assuming
he has-
there's at least one more.
So he has 5 die in front of him. Let's say he has 2. Let's say he has 2 dice in front, 2 1 die in front of him, right?
Okay.
He's assuming that between you and the other guy, there's at least one face. So if you call him a liar now, you're betting against the odds, because chances are there's a high probability of at least 3 one-sided die being on the table between the 3 of you. If that,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
Okay. So on my
Raptor,
turn,
Raptor, it's your turn. So that means
Yeah.
you can either increase the number of dice. So you could, for example, say 4 1s, or you can change the face of the dice. So you could say, since he said 3 1s, you could say 3 3s or 3 5s.
okay, so if I change the face of the die, it has to be equal to or greater than the previous number.
It doesn't have to be the face. Really doesn't change. Really matter. But you do have to change
Yeah.
either the face of the die, the number of the die, or the number and face of the die. So you could say, for example, 4 ones.
Could I say 2 5s?
You could.
Okay, so the number of total can go lower.
Oh, sorry. You said 2 5s? No, it has to go up.
Okay.
So the stakes go
equal
up.
to or greater. So he says 3 1s. I can say 3 5s or 4 5s.
Correct.
Or fucking 8 5s if I wanted to. Okay.
If you wanted to. Although the higher you go, and the more unlikely your statement to be true, the more likely it is someone's going to call you out as a liar.
I'm going to say 4 1s.
The redhead kind of comes through. 5 ones. Followed by the old man. 6 ones.
Liar. You're a liar.
So you called.
Let's see them dice.
So you call the old man out as a liar, which means that we all reveal our dice. And between the two, how many one-sided die do you have?
2.
2. Between the two, the individuals have 2 one-sided die, meaning that your statement was factual. He was a liar, meaning you are 10 gold richer now.
I'm 10 gold richer that quickly.
Yeah.
Oh
Holy
boy,
shit.
that's why they call it
Liars.
gambling.
Liar's dice is the game for me.
That's not good.
Oh,
Guys, I think
that's
I need
too
to
easy.
go to bed here. I gotta get up early.
Yeah, I'm Raptors down to call it after that one round. I'll even throw a fucking gold piece to each of these guys as a
All right.
consolation for tapping out early.
Sounds good. All right,
I
well,
made so
we'll
much
call
fun
it
tonight.
there for tonight after a nice round of, nice session of faffing about a bit, and see where that leads.
You got your intro to the Thieves Guild, Kaj. Don't mess it up.
Hell yeah.
Don't F it
I
up.
made money like the plan originally was.
How much money did you actually make, Raptor?
So much.
It was like 50 gold, yeah?
50 gold, yeah.
That is a non-insequential amount of money, insignificant amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I want 5 for the bath I had to pay for you.
It more than doubled my money.
And Kaj is poor as dirt.
Don't worry,
I
Stanley.
blame the
Maybe this
crafting
year
mechanism.
I'll give you a gift.
I will, for the record, say that the crafting mechanism in Pathfinder is dog shit.
Yeah. It's pretty good, but I mean, it's okay.
It's expensive and takes forever to do.
That's why I have homebrew. You're welcome.
No, the homebrew is great. I like the homebrew.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, thank you to everyone watching now and to everyone watching later. Till next time. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see you guys later.